Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the start of a little bit of a mini series, kind of getting into specific ingredients that we find in our hair, what they are, what they do, the pros and cons, and I'm going to demo at the end of each of those videos a single ingredient from that grouping to show you exactly what it does to my hair alone. So today we are going to cover humectants. Humectants are incredibly important in skincare and in hair care. I will not even begin to pretend like I know how to describe to you exactly what it does in skincare, especially because there's somebody who does such an awesome job at it. And if you are interested in implementing some really great humectants and learning about what they do in our skin, head over to Marie at The Color Green. Every Friday she's got some really awesome facts, and she's already done what I'm trying to kind of accomplish here with skincare and different ingredients in skincare, and she does cover humectants in an awesome way. What humectants are ingredients that form hydrogen bonds with water molecules. So very simply, they're things that will pull moisture from the air and from the atmosphere and bind them to our hair or to our skin. For the purpose of this video, it will be for our hair. Some examples of humectants would be aloe vera, honey, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, and alpha hydroxy acid. Those are some natural ones. There are some synthetic ones, which would be silicones, PEGs, and urea. So why are humectants important? So humectants can be incredibly important as they give hydration to our hair. They pull from the atmosphere, so they add a volume and moisture to our hair, and especially to our curls. This can be important for two reasons. One, you might want to avoid it if you're having an issue with frizz, or you might want to add it into your regimen if you feel like you just cannot get the volume and your hair is more on the wavy side and you want a little bit more volume to your hair. You might be sacrificing some frizz, but this could be a really great way to achieve that. So a couple issues when it comes to humectants, and I think the same thing is true when it comes to skincare as it comes to hair care, is that depending on the area that you live in, you can be dealing with, it might be working really well for you or it might not work well at all. I'm originally from Michigan and now I live in Arizona. In Michigan, we have humidity like you're swimming through the air. In the summertime, it is incredibly humid and you're dealing with, humidity percentages of 90% and above. Here, even when we've got a few clouds in the sky, it might be 20%. So my using humectants translates pretty well because my hair tends to be on the flatter side. So I don't mind sacrificing some frizz for some volume. If I had really frizzy hair and I was really dealing with it and I had it down in Arizona and I did the exact same thing in Michigan, my hair might be a huge frizz ball. So if frizz is your issue, I would look and see how high up a humectant is on the ingredients list of the product that you're using. I would also see if you would like more volume in your hair, you would kind of look and see about adding a product that has humectants higher up on the list. Another issue that runs into is the time of year that we are using humectants. If there isn't moisture in the air, what the humectants are going to do if they aren't pulling the moisture from the atmosphere is they actually might pull it from your hair. That might leave your hair dry and brittle. So that's an especially important reason why we would want to keep our hair nice and hydrated even in the wintertime. I live in the desert and it is just disgustingly dry in the winter. And so I need to add that extra hydration, probably start to deep condition more often if I'm noticing that even though I'm using humectants, my hair is dry and brittle. There's nothing for it to pull. So that might be some pros and cons to that. So in skincare, how you kind of combat that is you use an occlusive agent on top of the humectant. You might layer some nice toner with aloe or some things that are really hydrating, and then over top you'll use more of a moisturizer that occludes your skin, not letting the moisture in your skin escape. We might do the same thing with our hair. You might want to seal it. What a lot of people do is like the LOC method. This isn't something that I do, but somebody that has coarser hair might implement. Another thing that you could do is probably try to add some more products with shea butters, coconut oils, and things like that. That kind of seals your hair the same way. You might have to teeter on that a little bit because that can be very weighing down. For somebody that has hair like mine, it's a little bit more wavy, lighter textured. Am I going to weigh my hair down with the butters, or am I going to deal with the frizz and go with the volume I kind of want anyways? And usually I'm going to err on the side of I don't care how frizzy it is, as long as I've got some volume, I'm happy. In this demo, I used aloe vera gel. I got this from Whole Foods for $8.99, and this is 32 fluid ounces. You can add this in your drinks, you can put this on your skin. The nice thing about this is multi-purpose. I wanted to use a single ingredient because I feel like once I have a better idea of exactly what that one ingredient does to my hair, when I look and see how high up it is on the ingredients list, or if it's missing completely, what that might do to my hair. The problem is there's a lot of amazing products out there. Unfortunately, some of them aren't as clean as others, but it is important to be able to use the right products in the right context, or else you're kind of wasting money and time. What I like to do though is to know why it works and why it doesn't work. I love aloe vera for my skin. I love it for my hair. I don't mind it being a little bit frizzy, so it works well for me. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm any type of formulator of products, but it's nice to be able to really simplify it and kind of do a DIY if you want, and if you wanna really keep it simple and even budget friendly. Now there are such products as anti-humectants, aside from trying to use butters to seal our hair. Those are generally not as clean, obviously, as some natural products that you'd find, but they are out there if you want to use those. In the demo, it was wash day. All I did was wash and condition my hair as normal, and then I took my hair out and I applied the aloe vera gel. I even added a few tablespoons of it into some water, and I shook it up really well and spritzed it all over my hair. I did it this morning, and this is the finished product. My hair feels incredibly clean. I don't feel a film on it at all. It definitely feels more frizzy, but I've got a lot more volume in it. My curls have, as you can see, formed rather well. I don't know how good the hold is going to be on here, but really I don't notice that it's any much different than the others. A little bit of that I think just has to do with how our hair is, and some of us just cannot control that. I've really enjoyed doing this and using it as an option. It's a nice, easy wash and go. Here's a couple problems that I have with only using aloe vera gel. First of all, you gotta keep it in the fridge. When we're traveling, that's difficult to do. Another thing is I wanna keep the hair, when I've spritzed it in the bottle, I need to keep that in the fridge also. That can be a little bit inconvenient. I am not a big DIYer. If you are somebody that is and you wanna use this for a while, this is a great option. This also has an expiration date of probably much sooner than your typical, expires 9/19. So that's actually a plus. If you want to get down into the purest form of putting stuff on your hair, then I guess aloe vera would be it. I've got a few other things on my list, so I will show you exactly what my hair looks like using those products as well. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the series, and stay tuned for the demo. So here's the whole leaf aloe vera gel I got from Whole Foods. I took a couple tablespoons, or about a tablespoon at a time, and I kind of used the praying hands method, then I scrunch it through my hair. It's so light, so I could barely tell how much I was getting in. I did have a lot of extra moisture coming out, and unlike other products that kind of stick in your hair, this was falling out with the water. So I ended up taking 2 tablespoons of it and adding it to a spray bottle that had about half a cup of water in it. And I shook that up really well and distributed that through my hair because I wanted to make sure I had a lot of the product so I could get a good feel for it. I scrunched out the excess moisture as normal, and then I ended up dry plopping. I dry plopped for about 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, I took the dry plop out, and I could definitely feel my hair felt different than how it normally does after product. It felt drier. I diffused as normal, and that also didn't take as long because I didn't have those layers of product. My hair felt fluffier, had more volume. I definitely had more frizz, but I loved the volume I was getting from the aloe. This didn't have a ton of great hold, obviously, but it served well through the rest of the day. I even used the remainder of what I had in that spray bottle, and I refreshed my curls the next day for second day hair. Again, it gave some good volume and some definition for refreshing and reviving my curls the next day, and I actually didn't put my hair in a pineapple that morning or that night. This is a picture of my curls after I've refreshed, and they were dry the second morning. They kind of fell flat throughout the rest of the day, but I still had a lot of volume. It felt soft, and I really enjoyed it.